Yep.
What do you make of what's going on in Minnesota and how this is going to play out or impact the midterms? I mean, Trump's out there campaigning today. He's a brilliant campaigner. You know, he's good at energising his base. He's trying to turn the conversation and make it about the economy. But, of course, all this is going on.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty smart to be doing that. But I don't really know if he has that much work to do to make it about the economy. I think with things like the ICE raids, as we can see, this is real big red meat to people who don't like illegal immigration and want it cracked down on. Let's not forget Barack Obama also deported 3 million people, and Trump's trying to get rid of 1. But it's also obviously a lightning rod for the activist left, right? So you've got the two sort of extreme wings of politics for whom this is just the biggest issue on the planet. For most Americans, it's not. And I think people forget, especially from overseas, we look at Donald Trump and he's so entertaining, he's so amazing, and people on the right think, yeah, this is a guy who's going to, you know, kill woke, end woke, you know, he's going to, you know, all these, you know, trans people who are taking over society, he's going to get rid of them. And that's all well good and that's good fun, whatever. But for most Americans, these weren't the issues that got Donald Trump elected. Donald Trump was elected because Middle America was in a huge amount of economic pain after 4 years of Joe Biden. The inflation that we're suffering today.
But he was elected on this, though. He promised to close the border. He promised to deport illegals.
So the interesting thing is that once Trump got elected, suddenly, of course, his approval ratings go back down, as they always do, as happened last time, and as you know, often happens with a lot of presidents. But the one thing that he was still backed on was stopping illegal immigration. That was, you know, when he was down on every other metric, even handling the economy and everything, everyone said, no, the one good thing you are doing is closing the border. And frankly, it was an idiotic move of Joe Biden to open it again after he had the excuse. He could have said, oh yeah, of course, I love our, you know, Hispanic brothers and sisters, but Donald Trump shut the border and now it's a bit hard to reopen, you know, paperwork, blah, blah, blah. And you get the best of both worlds. You can blame all the bad stuff on the last guy, but you don't actually have to open the door to a sort of Pandora's box of problems that you then have to deal with later. But again, this is an economic issue because you have a huge amount of migrants coming in who are doing jobs, often in the sort of the grey market, if you like, cash jobs or whatever, often doing jobs for, you know, often the cleaners and the pool guys for wealthy upper middle class socialists. And so, again, I don't think the ICE thing is going to hurt Trump at the midterms. I think if anything hurts him, it's the fact that while Trump is out there campaigning, of course, the people who are going to be elected are the congressmen and women. So, and so will that affect the get out the vote? The midterms obviously don't draw as big a get out of as the presidential election. And that's what Donald Trump is really, really good at. He's good at getting people excited. I think the last time around he said, don't sit on the, you know, get your ass off that couch and come out and vote for me. And America did. The numbers will be lower in the midterms. There's always a bit of a correction usually after a president has been elected. The pendulum often swings back the other way. And I think it will be on economic issues. And I think people are struggling in the US economically as they are here. So there might be a pushback against Trump or the Republicans, but it's not going to be because people are, you know, people will say, oh yeah, they shouldn't have shot those poor innocent people, but you know, what's in it for me? Am I going to be better off or not? I think that is the calculus that everyone makes, that the normal voter makes anyway. And it's the moral outrage is for people who are already, you know, politically very active and are never going to vote the other way anyway.
Yeah, well, he's got till November to see if there's going to be a real turnaround with the economy. It seems like there's progress being made, absolutely. Whether people feel that, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
Let's